Jenny, how long have you been involved in the Legends of Country Music Museum?
Well, it started with my mom helping the previous owners for the last 15 years, and me and some of my stepsons working here and helping out over the years, my husband helping out at one point, and we officially took over in January. So we've always felt like we were part of the family and always had a love of this place. I just had no idea my future would be leaving corporate America to come work here full time. That was a surprise in the journey, but it's been a wonderful surprise.
So what was your history before here?
So I am a retail baby. Been doing retail my whole life since I was 14. Majored in retail in college and worked for Target for 9 years after college and helped open Target stores around Nashville. And then I went to Ann Taylor Loft Outlet for 8 years and managed outlets across 6 states.
Wow.
And it was so much fun and I loved it. And now I'm here.
What's the best thing about the Legends Museum?
I'd say the history and the uniqueness and the authenticity. It genuinely was started from friends who said we should start a museum.
And so then how did you get Hank Jr.'s truck in?
Well, that story's fun too. So Hank had this truck made in '86 for himself. It has tubes that go from the back seat to the front seat from a liquor bottle. It has a Coleman cooler in the middle instead of a console. It has his signatures all over it and his Bocephus nickname on the back. And he had this made and then he lost it in some sort of gambling situation 2 years later. So it barely has any miles on it and went into a car collector's garage for many, many years. And our previous owners, they acquired it. And so one of the things when we were taking over in January was like, I would love to take over, but I got to figure out how to get that truck out of your garage and into the museum. So we hired a handyman to take down the wall and figure out how to get the garage door open. We hired a tow truck to tow it from the garage here about 30 minutes away. And we hired a moving company to move the pool table and help us situate the car.
Wow.
And then the handyman built the barricade around it and put the wall back up.
I had no idea it was that difficult.
It was a very long day, but worth it.
That is amazing.
And this is our Patsy case and some Patsy items on the wall. And we are the exclusive store in Nashville that sells Patsy merchandise. Once the museum closed downtown, unfortunately, we absorbed and wanted to be a part of it. So her daughter's been lovely to work with, and we sell Patsy t-shirts and plates and pictures and postcards and playing cards and even Patsy chapstick.
Really? Patsy chapstick.
We go into Kitty Wells, Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, Barbaramandrell. We're big fans of Tanya Tucker around here.
Me too.
We found Tanya Tucker's outfit when she was 13 singing Delta Dawn. I mean, it's tiny. And there was another little dress of when she was young too, and her AMA dress. And so we really had fun with this one. We really had a lot of fun.
That's quite an inscription.
That is one of my favorite items in the museum. It is a Bible gift from Naomi Judd to Dottie, and you can tell they were friends. You could tell they truly loved each other. This is the first Braille Playboy, and it was made for Ronnie Millsap, and he signed it, and we have the copy now. But I guess it is about the articles, as they say. This case is very popular. People love Waylon, and it's been fun to watch people light up when they get to see his luggage or his passport or his sunglasses or his boots. And here we've got Webb Pierce, Jack Green, Little Jimmy Dickens.
Michael, your title?
Museum manager.
How long have you worked here?
About 3 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
What's the best thing about working here?
For me, it's the history of the museum. I started working here when I was just kind of moving here, and I just kept coming in to see the museum because I'm the biggest Willie Nelson fan there is. And then my now boss, Jenny, was like, hey, you'd probably save some money if you worked here. We've got all these t-shirts, and we've got these posters here.
And these are the original posters
Yes.
that they sold
On the tour, yeah.
Wow.
So that's the Last of the Breed tour that Willie and Merle and Rayprice all did. One of my favorite things is this license plate tag here,
Sure.
Fight Inside, which is really cool. Yeah, so that's all original stuff that Merle would sell and on the road. We've got all sorts of stuff.
You've got a little bit of everything.
Absolutely.
Including books.
Yes.
Of which I like books.
Yes, well, we have some books by Scott England right here.
Wow, I've never heard of that
Isn't
guy.
that, yeah,
He's
really great.
He's some bum, I think.
I've heard that he knows a few things about country music is what I've heard. Wonderful Elvis merchandise. Can't really get that many other places in Nashville.
Thank you very much.
That's a top seller. They've been selling that for years
This
and
is-
years.
this
It's got a
is-
whole story on the back.
So you don't know, all right. Michael, you guys get visitors from all over the...
All over the place. Lots of Canada. We've had people from Norway. We just had a couple in from England the other day.
What's some of your favorite items, one or two?
I would say the Jeannie Seeley case has to be my favorite. It has been so lovely getting to know her and getting to know her best friend Ron and just getting to know who she was and what she brought to the Opry, to country music, to women empowerment, to her stories are just incredible of who she was. And so just being able to honor her has felt very, very meaningful. Of course, the Dolly dresses are fun. Everybody loves Dolly, and that story is very fun, from where Frank and Willie had a TV show station called Showbiz that was going out of business, and they bought it, and they had all these ideas. Oh, we're going to have our own station, and we're going to play. They learned it was way too hard to do all that. So the tapes just sat in Frank and Jeannie's home, and then one day Dolly's people called and said, "Do you have any Porter and Dolly tapes?" And they said, "Yes, we do. We'll exchange it for some dresses." So that's how we got the two Dolly dresses, is exchanging these tapes that just had, lots of tapes in the garage.
You mentioned Jeannie. The last thing she ever did publicly was came here for the unveiling of that exhibit.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's how much that meant to her. She hadn't been well, and but she made the point to come
She
to
did.
your place here.
She did. We honored her on the front of the building. We had Tess Frizzell, the granddaughter of Dottie West, daughter of Shelley West, niece of Lefty and David. Very talented young lady. She paints, and we had her paint some murals for the front of the building, and Jeannie's one of them that she painted. And Jeannie, you could see the pain getting out of the car because her back was in a lot of pain, and she was in between all these back surgeries, and you could see just the fighting the tears of how much pain she was in. But then when she looked up and saw that she was on the front of the building, it was just pure joy and pure excitement. And to walk her in and show her the case, it just meant the world.
I mean, she had to have loved this place. She loved Willie so much, and she lived not far from here. Just she passed it every day, basically.
She was always a great partner and cheerleader for Frank and Jeannie and Mark and Kay and now me.
Now, are you in the coffee business now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me about that.
So there is Nashville Coffees in the parking lot behind us, and the previous owners were ready to be done with coffee. They have been doing coffee their whole lives. And my stepdaughter, she happened to have been working coffee while putting herself through college, and she really loves being in the coffee business. It was a God thing, the timing of her college graduation to being ready to do something bigger, to the owners of the coffee shop being ready to move on. So that has all transitioned this January, and she's already added to the menu and added more live music, and we have extra memorabilia that we don't have room for in the museum that we've put onto the walls of the coffee shop. So whether people are at the coffee shop or our store, they're getting classic country music experience in Nashville. So we're very excited about this new venture.
Wow, you taking over Music Valley here. What do you hope for the future? What's your goals for it?
I don't foresee much change. Our mission is to preserve classic country, and a lot of these artists, they might not be known by the younger generation, but the people they love and follow were probably inspired by someone in here.
Sure.
So my dreams and goals are that the I'm just gonna, the Tim McGraws of the world, the Kenny Chesneys of the world, the Lainey Wilsons of the world, that they come visit sometime and take a walk through country music history, and maybe that generation of artists, the newer generation of artists, can tell stories of how these people inspired them when they were younger, or their parents or their grandparents. So I want to keep telling the stories, but how do I keep telling the stories through the current artists? Sure. That's my goal and hope and prayer.
Jenny Webb, the Legends of Country Music Museum, Music Valley Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, just across from the Opryland Hotel. Be sure to come see them, and you're open every day of the week?
7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mention this video for half off museum entry.